Hello everybody, welcome to Carry On Fire Barbecue. Today for you we're going to go ahead and cook up some chicken jalapeno popper bacon wraps. We'll see how this goes. Here we got some chicken, got some bacon, got a little bit of the Jimmy Dean sausage, and we got some hot sauce. For those who are familiar with it, it's Steve-O's hot sauce. For seasonings, we're going to run some SPG, that one's from Barbecue Pit Boys. Also from Barbecue Pit Boys, some of the Carolina rub. Into this, we're going to mix in and dice up a little bit of our homemade pickle. Of course, the jalapenos, slice into it. And some cream cheese. And to get all this job done, we're going to go ahead and have to use a big knife here. This is a Barbecue Pit Boys knife as well. Alright, moving on, we're going to go ahead and slice these guys up for you. And for myself, I like to remove the ribs and the seeds, so I use a spoon to go ahead and do that. Start out by go ahead and slice this jalapeno in half. Once sliced in half, we can go ahead and take our spoon and get those ribs and seeds out. Now you don't have to do this. If you want a little more kick to your chicken spice setup, you can leave those seeds and ribs right in there and they'll taste just fine as well. But for myself, I like to remove them out. And we'll go ahead and show you one more time here. We'll speed this up a little bit and move on to dicing these guys. Alright, scoop those ribs and seeds out and just clean it up a little. You with a nice hollow area there. Alright, moving on over. For dicing these guys up, I like to put them in a nice long strips here. That way when you get them all diced, you can put them in a line and dice them into smaller bits. Dice a couple here real quick and then we'll accelerate. Alright, getting towards the end here. Now, once they're all diced up, we'll put them in a line for you and show you how to get them into smaller bits. Fairly simple, just dicing up jalapenos. Nice large knife also helps to move things around, works great as like a spatula basically. Alright, line them all up. Get them all nice and even straight, get all those little stragglers out there on the side, and we'll dice these bad boys up. And just like with the other, we'll get dicing a little bit, and we'll speed them up for you. Don't have to wait here all day for us to dice these up. Got a nice diced mix of jalapenos. Get these moved over into our bowl for later. I just like to edge it off the side here and slide them on in, makes things nice and easy. Okay, now we've got some bacon here we're going to slice up, get that ready to cook. Cooks down a lot easier in smaller bits, and that also helps it for when we're putting it onto our cream cheese mix. But to get everything in there, first we got to get it cooked because the cream cheese smoking will not cook long enough to get everything cooked. So pre-cook our bacon and our sausage ahead of time. I just cut right through the package, get those strips in, and bacon slides right into the pan here. Just makes things a little quicker. Then I go through every once in a while, you'll get a couple extra strips of plastic. Just go ahead and pick those right out. And then get your bacon separated out. Alright, now onto the sausage. Get this guy opened up. And we'll just add that on. We'll put this in a separate pan later. And we'll just place that right on top of the jalapenos for now. Alright, now I got this little electric tube burner. Makes things a lot easier and nicer when you're not doing anything too big or major. And it fits nicely in the video. Turn that guy up to max on both these sides. Get our sausage into our separate bowl here. Now later on we'll show videos where we're actually making sausage, but for this one we just bought it. Now I'm going to mix a couple of these jalapeno bits over into the bacon, but that's mostly going to be for flavor, as the bacon will take a lot longer to cook and it will reduce these jalapenos down to pretty much nothing. Get this sausage split up so it cooks out a little easier and a little smoother. Just keep stirring the things and mixing things up as we go. Nothing fancy here, just cooking bacon, cooking sausage. One thing to remember while you're cooking your bacon and your sausage is not to let it sit for too long. Don't want any burned bits on this as we are going on. We can burn those bits later. Alright, we've been cooking for about 10-15 minutes here. Things are reducing down nicely. Bacon's starting to firm up a little bit and the sausage is almost done. Give this sausage a quick stir and then we'll just move that off into the bowl. Little jalapeno bites, they come down to where they're still crunchy, but cook down a little bit to where they're not going to interfere with our dip later on. Alright, and as you can see now, our bacon here has reduced that jalapeno bites down to almost nothing, and got a good amount of oil in there. Good idea to keep that oil for later. Works great in biscuits and gravy or anything else you might need some oil for. But for this, we're just going to separate that oil out. I probably should use a slotted spatula for this, drain that out a little easier, but I'm just going to go ahead and tip the pan, get that out so we can get some nice crisped up bacon in that bowl. Alright, moving on here. Got some more bacon for when we're wrapping our chicken. We're going to get this chicken all diced up and into smaller bits for us. First up, we're just going to prep this bacon. Not quite ready to wrap yet, but at least get it opened so that when we get to that point, we'll be ready. I like to use the thin bacon. This bacon's just Costco packed. Pretty much comes fairly thin already. It just seems to wrap a little better and cooks down a little quicker when it's thin. Also going to run some toothpicks to hold things together. You don't necessarily have to, however I just find things hold a little better with the toothpick. But that bacon will reduce or shrink down and hold that chicken in place if you can get everything cooked correctly. And nothing fancy here, just cubing up some chicken bites. These are what we're going to wrap up. And we got the wife there to help out. See if she can open that pickle jar. No luck, so let's try the rubber gripper. And still no luck. That's alright. We'll go ahead and get that open for her real quick. Use a little muscle to it. There we go. We'll say she loosened it for us. That's good enough, right? Alright, so also in here we have a few pickled green beans and a few other little bits of seasonings that we put together. We're just going to set those aside for now because we are going to add those to the tray later. Alright, one big boy pickle right here. We're going to slice that up into small little coins and then use those coins to wrap in with our chicken. Pull out and just prep out a couple strips of bacon. Not quite ready for that yet. We still gotta season up our chicken strips, or chicken nuggets, I guess we'll call them. Put a little bit of the hot sauce on. Put a little bit of the SPG, salt, pepper, garlic mix on there. And then top it off with that Carolina rub. I like to go fairly liberal with this, but we're going to toss it anyways, so however you apply it's just fine. Alright, toss all that, mix everything together, make sure everything gets good and coated. And then we just grab a strip of bacon, grab a pickle coin, and wrap them up. Stick that toothpick right through the center, hold everything together. I'll wrap the rest of these guys up. As you guys might have noticed, we got that doggy on the side there, hoping that some things drop, but don't know if he got anything out of this one or not. Speeding these guys along, but see a little better than there how we're grabbing the pickle, wrapping them up, snapping a toothpick on there, and repeat. everything in there, we're going to go ahead and top it off with a little more of that Carolina seasoning. Little bits of sugar on there help crisp the tops up and crisp that bacon a little harder. So there we go. Set our chicken aside for the moment and get our grill started. So while the grill's warming up, we're going to go ahead and prep out our cream cheese dip. So we're just going to start out by laying these 3 cream cheeses across a tray, and then we'll top them off. Cream cheese laid out, we're just gonna grab our mixture of sausage, bacon, jalapeno, just lay that right on top. These guys are gonna smoke up real nice. If you've never done a smoked cream cheese, it does not melt down the cream cheese, but it makes it quite soft enough to where it makes a beautiful dip. Alright, towards the end here, wife calls an audible and decides we need a little more cheese on this dip, so we're gonna go ahead and throw some mixed bag of cheese from Costco right on top, some mixed cheddar. Little extra cheese never hurt nobody. And as with the other, we're gonna top this off with a little Carolina as well. Adds a little spice, adds a little sweet. Right out to the grill. We're running about 350 on the grill here. Nothing crazy, but we're going to leave everything right on the tray. Hold all of our drippings together and allow that bacon chicken to cook in its own seasonings. Often folks will just toss that right on the grate, which is just fine as well. On this one, we're going to put it all together. We're about half hour, 45 minutes later. We're just giving a temp check. You probably can't see the temps here, but we're going to be running about 120, 130, give or take. Not quite yet. We're looking for 165 or better. Later on, we're probably about hour 20 into the cook here. We already pulled off the cream cheese. Let's get these grates out of the way. It'll make it a little easier for us to probe that chicken. Oh yeah, now we're working up into those temperatures. 165, we have 180 on the other. We're right there ready to go. So probe a couple more. Just don't want to have any raw undercooked chicken. That never does anybody any good there. So we'll probe through these and get them pulled off. Back inside, a few more friends have arrived. Dog's ready to eat. Everybody's ready for some food. We'll get these moved off onto a plate so that they're a little outside of the grease, a little easier to eat. Wife's already jumping right in, testing that dip out. It's darn good set. Alright, let's get this chicken sliced up, see how we did. Chicken cooked all the way through, still good and juicy, as you can see from the wife's pick there. She's going to use that chicken right into that dip sauce as well. I tell you, that is some good eating. Nice spice kick, good amount of juice. Great smoke flavors. Good eating. Everybody get in, get a little extra. There's nothing wrong with that. So, if you want yourself a nice little side dish, goes great for football games, fights, everything else. Thanks for joining us.